Hi, everybody. Welcome
Hello,
to the
everyone.
Mom Connection.
How's everybody doing? How are you doing, Marlene? How was your weekend?
Did you think that they could respond to
Yeah.
us?
For a minute, I was like, no one can respond to us and tell us
Um,
how they're doing.
that's good. You all respond. I'm doing good. My weekend, I don't know. I don't think I did. I don't even remember what I did this weekend, in all honesty. But I guess it was okay. We're here getting through the week. Ava starts school on Monday, so Ava and Angel. So we're getting ready for that. So yeah, we're all good. And you, how was your weekend? I saw that you went to a concert. Your Aventura. Ooh.
Good
And
job. I'm proud of
I
you.
did know a song. I was so proud of myself.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm going to be sniffling a lot because obviously I got sick at some point, either at the concert,
Por andar de vaga, por
por
andar
andar de
allá.
vaga. I was very vaga this
Mm-hmm.
weekend. Like, I'm not going to lie. We did something Friday, Saturday, Monday. It was just like a lot. I'm exhausted. But yes, we saw Ventura on Monday. We're gonna see Grupo Frontera tomorrow, Saturday. And I'm so excited. It'll be just George and I, so I'm excited to go see them. Um and we're finally gonna watch Deadpool.
Oh, good job. It was so good. We
It
went
was.
because Angel's been obsessed with Deadpool. Yeah, he's liked Deadpool since Deadpool came out huge. Like
Uh-huh.
he's liked it since before.
Mm.
So we took him and it was good. It was a really good. I like the movies though.
Yeah, I do too. We were I cannot talk today. We rewatched one and we're rewatching two. So I'm like, I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
prepared. I'm gonna know now like everything that happens. So I'm excited. Sorry, there I go sniffling because I'm sick. I apologize, everyone.
It's all right. It's all right. You're pushing on through to record. So good.
I
Nice.
know.
Good for
I have
you.
to.
I'm a baby. I would have been like, I can't. I'm sick.
I can't go out tonight.
Yeah.
I'm sick. Okay, Mean Girls.
That's Isaiah's favorite movie.
Oh, it is.
Well, I don't know
Are
if
you
it's his
being
favorite, but
are
he's
you being
always quoting
sarcastic?
it. No, he's always quoting it. I don't know if it's his favorite, but I'm always like, why do you know that movie so well? Like, I hope you're watching it with an ex-girlfriend and not by yourself. 'Cause
Imagine. He's freaking watching it at work.
I know, right? I know. I mean, I know he has sisters, but he does quote it a lot, reference it.
Oh, that's funny. At least you can quote something and he'll understand like where it's from. He won't be like, where is that from? I don't know. At least he'll like get it, you know?
No, I think he quotes more than me, like more girl movies. I'm like, I don't know. I don't, well, you guys know if y'all been listening, I don't remember anything. So I cannot remember
You don't
movies.
even remember
But
birthdays,
if you ask me,
nada.
well, lyrics to songs, I do. Haven't
That's
you seen
true.
those like
That's
TikToks where they
true.
say, if you remember the lyrics to like the verse from Crying Out for Me, like from Little Wayne's
Oh, yeah,
part,
yeah, yeah.
or
Or the Bow Wow one.
there's other ones. Yes, and I'm always like going at it, but
I
I'm
know,
like,
me
damn it, I
too.
can't remember my kid's social. Like, what the hell's
Oh, I
wrong
don't know the
with
kids'
me?
social. I know mine, but the kids, no, I don't know that.
I know mine and Angel's. I know it's bad, but I had Angel for so long alone, so I know his. But Ava's and Josh, that's Isaiah's job.
I don't know the kids. I have it
Sorry.
saved on like everything, so I
I'm
make sure I
glad.
remember and like I know where to find them, but I don't know them by heart.
You know what? There's people like moms, and good for y'all that do that. Like, no, like they have 4 kids and they know all of their socials. But I
Hmm.
remember my phone number from my mom's house, like her landline that we had years ago. I remember her phone number.
Dang, really? I don't remember ours.
Yeah. No, I do.
Mm-mm.
See, I remember weird things. Like, yeah, I do remember our landline. I mean, obviously she doesn't have a landline anymore, and I don't know her cell phone by memory, but I remember the house phone number.
That's funny.
Wow. Yeah,
Dang, look at you.
it's crazy.
Does she still have a
Yeah.
landline?
No, she doesn't have it
Oh,
anymore. She has a
oh,
cell
okay.
phone, but I don't
It's
know her
because some
cell phone
people
number.
still have landlines. Because I know I worked with a lady, and she was a lot older than me, a lot older than probably your mom as well. And
My mom.
she told us that
Hmm.
she still had a landline, that she was barely going to get it disconnected because no one called her since she had her cell phone. And I was like, lady, well, we are in 2024. Like, I don't think you need a
That's
landline anymore. I
crazy.
know.
I wonder, like, how
Wait,
many
do you
people
think
have. It
everybody
took my
knows
mom.
what a landline is?
Yes. I mean, if you're listening and you don't know, please talk to us. I want to know what you, if you want. I want to know if you know what a phone book is.
That is too
Um,
funny.
That's crazy. I know. I think last time we were asking Angel random questions, like, do you know, like, that what a phone book is? Do you know what a, and I don't remember his answers, but we were asking him and we were like, that'd be funny. Because I think my sister, she's 10 years younger and there's some things that she doesn't know. And I'm just like, I don't know, like a landline. Like, of course you have to know what a landline is,
Hmm. I don't
but
know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm curious to see how
Well, I
many people
wanted
really know.
right? Well, I was gonna ask you for your opinion. I know I didn't do anything this weekend, but we got together. I got together with Natalie a while ago, and I think I had mentioned it before that we talked about. We were sitting there, talking about my kids and like our relationships, and I was telling her. She told me like you put your kids before Isaiah, and I was like, yeah, I know. Like, of course I do. They're my kids. And she's like, no, like you're not supposed to do that. And we got into this like discussion back and forth about, and she's very religious. So she was like, in the Bible, it says that, you put your partner, you love God and then your partner and then your kids. And I was like, no, like I'm gonna love my kids, well, I'm religious too. So I was like, okay, it's God and then my kids. And she's like, no, like we went back and forth at it. So then we got together for my brother's birthday recently, and I started talking to my family about it. And they were like, most of them thought that, like, oh, you should put your spouse first. But I don't think that. And I talked to my mom about it one on one. She raised me to think this way. But now years later, she told me that she was wrong and that now I need to change how she taught me to think. And I was like, well, you already taught me to think this way. Like it's so hard. You know what I mean? And she's like, no, she's like, my mom got sick last year. She got really sick and she had to be in the hospital. It was hard for me to be with my mom every day because of Josh and Ava and work and life. So my stepdad just took time off work and he went to go be with her. And she's like, that's when I realized like your kids are gonna grow up, marry people, and have their own kids and their own lives. And the only person you're going to have for you, like with you there every day, is your spouse. She's like, so I was wrong. And I was like, it's too late. I can't. My kids come first, like sorry, like, and I tell Isaiah that too, and he thinks I'm wrong. So I was like, overall, I was like, let me talk to Erica and let's ask the people that listen to us what they think and how they feel and why they feel that way. So Erica, what do you think? And am I wrong? And why?
Well, sorry. I'm not religious. Well, I mean, yes, I believe in things, but I'm not like always quoting Bible quotes and reading the Bible and
Mhm.
going to church. Like that's not me. I don't raise the
Mhm.
kids to do that. I want them to believe what they want to believe and they make the decisions later about what they want to do. If they decide later on to be religious,
Mhm.
I'm all for it. If not, I'm for it too. Make your decisions. But I do think that well, see, it's different maybe for me. I do think that husbands, wives should come first because like your mom, like we grow up, like our kids are gonna grow up. Like they're not always gonna be attached to our hip like they are now. So I do think that we should put our husbands and wives first at like a certain time and place. Like I do feel like when our kids are younger, obviously our kids need to come first because they're little. Like they need us. They don't know how to walk, they don't know how to sit, they don't know how to do anything without us. So I think that at that point we do need to put them first. But as they grow up, like now, I feel like Carmelo is like last one because he doesn't need me anymore. I mean, granted, he probably does need me more because he's very needy and can't do anything without me. But I still think that it should be George and then the kids before anything else because at the end of the day, they're going to move, they're going to have husbands, they're going to have wives, they're going to do their own thing and then who's always going to be there? Your husband.
I I see that. I see that when my mom got sick and she pointed that out when her and I were talking one on one. I was like, okay, I get it. Like you're right. Like, God forbid if I get sick later on in life and Angel's married and Ava's married and Josh is married, like the only person that's gonna be next to me is Isaiah. But I was single for so long with Angel, or even if I dated or other relationships that I had been in the past, like no matter what, I was always like, well, Angel has to come first because I'm not with his dad. So even now in my relationship with Isaiah, like although my kids come first, I'm like, Angel still has to come first because I don't even know how to explain it. Like Isaiah's not his dad, so I'm like, he's Angel's gonna come first. I think it's very different too when there's step parents involved too. Like with my mom, like she was wrong in a sense, and she has talked to me and told me like I've made these mistakes and we've talked, but she's like with my mom for that example, she would tell my stepdad like you're not allowed to tell Marlene or Manny anything because they're my kids, which she does say it was wrong now, but back then she's like no, like they're my kids, they come first, like blah blah blah, right? So unfortunately I grew up with that mentality and I was like nope, Angel comes first. So now that I have Angel, Ava, and Josh, unfortunately I'm like, not unfortunately, but you know, with Isaiah, I'm like, they come first. Like everybody sees it. Like my brother and Victoria, that's his wife. We can see Victoria puts my brother before the kids, which is good. That's how it should be apparently. But everybody can see that I put my kids before Isaiah. Like, and it's hard to explain because when we were having this conversation, they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, do you serve them food first? Like, do you say hi to them first? Like, what? And I was like, I don't know how to give you examples. It's just in your mind, in your relationship, like, do you put your kids first? I didn't know how to explain it to them and they kept asking me for examples. I was like, it's not an example, it's just how you feel, how you think. Do you know what I mean? Or does
Mhm.
everybody know what I mean? Like I couldn't tell them like, oh, it's because I serve the kids first. Of course you're gonna serve the kids food first, but I don't mean it like that. I just mean it in your mind. I don't know. I don't know. Do you know how to explain it? Because I couldn't. I just said in our household, my kids are gonna come first.
I feel like, well, George is also not the kid's dad, but I feel like I would still choose George over the kids right now, but because I've known George for a long time and I feel like I don't
Yeah,
know,
you've
I
known
feel
George for how many years?
for 13 years.
Yeah, you guys were
I've known
friends
him
for a
for,
long
yeah,
time.
we've been
That
friends for a
is
very long time. So I feel like because we have like that relationship as like friends and then obviously like husband and wife, I feel that I would put him first, even if like we weren't, like, even if we were to have another baby, I feel like I would have still put George first because
mhm.
we are we are first in our relationship, in our life, like everything, right? But I don't think that I could go to, but and I asked George right now too. I was like, "Do you think that I put the kids before you?" And he said sometimes, which makes me feel like, how do I put the kids first? Like I feel like it's always like me and him decide things and then we go to the kids before we ask the kids.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
It's just yeah, I get you. I get you. Do you think well, maybe from did you ask George if he feel or how do you feel? Do you think that George puts you before the kids or do you think that he puts the kids first?
I feel like he has a good, like, I don't know, like, I don't think half and half, like, he does. I feel like he knows how to, like, make it where it's me and the kids because I feel like he feels like he needs to step up more because he's not the dad. Like, I feel like he has to do more for the kids.
Mhm.
That makes me feel like he puts me first, but also puts the kids first. Like, but I also think it depends on the situation. Like, if we were to talk about, um, we can't even compare it to dinner though, like, I don't
So
know.
I'm telling you, it's hard to put it like in
Yeah.
an example. Like that's when they were asking me, I was like, y'all, like it's just in your like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's in your relationship, like who comes first. But I wonder if other people experience like since you and George have a good balance, or you guys both put like each other, your partner, your first. I wonder like because me and Isaiah do argue about it at times because he's like, you're so consumed with the kids. So I wonder if other people have this issue too with their partner because I put the kids first, but Isaiah doesn't. Isaiah, like, he's like, are you okay? Like, well, sometimes, but for the most part, it's me. And I'm just like, no, like, focus on the kids. I'll even tell him, like, it's the kids. And it causes issues or arguments or we see things so differently.
So do you, like, make an effort to, like, just hang out with Isaiah? Like, even though you're with the kids all day, especially Joshy, like, does Isaiah come home and you're like, "Oh, when Josh goes to sleep, let's watch a movie, you and me," or "Let's have the kids go to the room." That's probably why he feels that way
Mhm.
too then. Because I feel like I make a good
I
effort at spending time with the kids, like, and we even like designated times, like, this day
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play with Belly, I'm gonna watch a movie with her. This day I'm gonna play with Carmelo. This day's for me and George. Like, we make it a point so
But
the
I
kids know, like, this is the days specified for you and your time, and whatever you want to do at this time, that's for you. But if me
mm-hmm.
and George are like, we're gonna go sit and watch a movie, you can't bother us. Like, that is our time together
Our time.
to be husband and
And
wife.
that's healthy. That's really good for that's I think that's healthy. Ideally it would be nice, but you have to remember your kids are older than Josh and Ava. Josh, I
Yeah.
can't tell Josh like, oh, like this is a designated time because that fool doesn't understand. But right now, I think he's actually getting his back molars, so he's not sleeping the same. Like his naps are
Mm.
later. He's falling asleep late. But I think you make a point because in my mind, like if I sit outside in our backyard and I'm sitting down with Isaiah and we're listening to music and having a drink and the kids are playing and we're just sitting there watching the kids, I'm happy. But he wants to do that minus the kids. But by the time
Mhm.
the kids go to bed, I'm like, no, like I'm tired. Like I worked, I've been with the kids, like I bathed them, we had Ava's game, like I'm done for the day. He will try and be like, let's watch a movie, like, and I'm like, no, like I'm done. But that goes, I think, into like a relationship. In all honesty, I scheduled an appointment for us like to go to marriage therapy, not because we're getting a divorce, not because we have problems, because I think that me putting the kids first is unhealthy. So I told him, let's go to marriage therapy and like talk about it because I was raised like this and it's very hard for me to change my mentality now. Angel's 16. I've been thinking like this for 16 years. And now that Ava and Josh are involved, I tell him it's hard for me to change that. And I tell him, I know I'm wrong, but I need maybe a therapist can help me understand like how to, like you said, make a schedule, figure out a time, figure out a day. So he totally doesn't want to go, but he's doing it for me. I told him, no, like I'm not, I mean, we don't have problems. I just want to fix this issue because obviously it can turn into a major issue later on.
And obviously, like I said earlier, I think it depends on the age. Like you said, Josh and Ava are two different ages from Carmelo and Belle.
Smaller.
Yeah, so it's obviously going to be hard for you guys to have that designated time for each other when you guys still have a young baby. I feel not a baby, right? But he's obviously younger.
No, yeah, he's a toddler.
He's your baby. And
he's annoying.
I feel like knowing that your kids are younger, I feel like it's just that phase in your life where it's just not as easy anymore. Like you just can't be like, oh yeah, let's put the kids to bed early, or let's lock them in their rooms to play or whatever. Like let's have our moment, because you guys really can't. Like you still have to deal with, not deal, but like attend to Josh. Like you can't just be like, bye, I'll see you in an hour. Let me go watch the movie or whatever. Let me go sit outside with your dad and talk, I think it's the stage of that age and that part of your lives that you're in.
Right. And I agree. Like I think because a lot of people say like, oh, like once they get older, like you guys will date again, like you guys will have your time again. But I'm kind of like, it's just hard. I mean, people have habits and they can't break habits that they've had for a couple of years. Imagine trying to change your mentality after 16 years. And then the fact that my mom told me, like, when I would date people when I was with, like, when it was just me and Angel, she's like, don't forget, Angel comes first, like, Angel this, Angel that. So I told Isaiah, it is so embedded in my head that if I don't think about my kids, I feel like I'm wrong. Like, I feel guilty. I feel like I'm being a bad mom. Like, I feel like, how am I going to put you, like, you, the guy I married, over my blood, over my children? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And again, this is why I told him, like, I want to go to therapy because I know that I'm wrong. It's hard for me to grasp the idea of, like I said, putting Isaiah, who's not my blood, who I love him so much, but these are my kids. Like, how am I going to put somebody over my kids? Like, in my mind, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm telling you, me and Nellie were back and forth about it. And I told her, no, like I cannot think about putting anybody above them. And we just got into it, not fighting, but we were like back and forth. And I was like, nope, you're wrong. And she kept telling me I was wrong. And I told her she doesn't have kids. They're going to have kids. But I told her, I want to see if you feel the same after you have kids, which maybe she will. But I was like, girl, because I don't know, dude.
And maybe she will, because they got married first and now are having kids. So they've already built that foundation and that commitment, or that communication and all of that. Maybe it's different for us. Well, maybe you
because
more.
We had them before.
Because we had them before. Like even Ava, you guys had Ava before you guys got married. So it wasn't like you guys already had.
Before we talked about it. Before we even talked about that. I think if you haven't had kids, you should talk about it.
Exactly. And I feel like
understanding.
If George and I were to have a kid now, I feel we're not going to have a kid, but I feel like we would talk about it before and be
just to let you know, George.
Yeah, we're not. No, he doesn't want any. We're good. Um, there I go sniffling. Sorry. Now I'm gonna be thinking about it. Um, what was
I'm
I
trying
saying? I
not to.
forgot.
That if you and George had a baby, you guys,
Would
and then you
probably
start
talk
talking.
about it and would probably like come up with something to like show each other that we still come first, even though we just brought another kid into this life. But I also think it's
And
like growing up in like a Hispanic household, because I feel
mhm.
like that's what they put into our heads a lot is your kids, your kids, your kids, your kids, that you don't really think about your husband or your significant other. Like I feel like that has a lot to do the way you were raised and the way you were taught as a kid, or the way you saw your parents. Like you said, your mom would always put you and your brother first. You saw that, you saw how it was, and you thought that's the way I have to be too.
Well, I think with Hispanics, I think it's so weird. They just want to attend. I think it's like the mom always comes last because I think
Yeah,
like they teach you to attend to the kids and attend to your
your
husband. Like,
husband.
yeah, and I'm kind of like, well, I mean, I'm only one person. Chill out. I have imagine when you have 6 kids. Like the older Hispanic people that had like 10 kids and a husband, I'd be like, whoa, like y'all get in a line right here. But like it's true. But no, I think there's probably I mean I don't know, but I hope that there's people that think how I do. Not that I hope because it's not good, but that I'm not the only one that feels like this. And then I know that there's people that are like, no, like my partner, which I like I said, I think that is healthier for your relationship because at the end, like we said, the kids are gonna grow up and you're gonna be left dating your husband or wife all over again, and it'll be nice you guys learn to fall in love all over again. Oh, that reminds me of a lyric from a Jordan Davis song, but anyways, that I do remember. um
Wow.
yeah, I know, but I don't know, Erica, this is something I struggle with. I'm telling you, I struggle with it bad. Like Isaiah tells me so bad that my anxiety, my helicopter mom, is also because of this, because I'm just like anxiety, I'm telling you, is like me but with just the kids, not even with life. Like it's just about the kids in my head.
But
Hmm.
honestly, it's like it's hard for you to change the way you've thought you think all those years from one day to the next. Like that's good that you want to go to therapy and like figure
Thank
out
you. Some
figure
people judge, they're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing, I'm
no,
trying
therapy
to
is good for you.
help myself.
Everybody should go to therapy. We all need it. It's good for you. Like
Hmm.
you are trying to make it better, and you're trying to make
Hmm.
Isaiah feel that it may
He
just
is
be the
like
kids
important in
right
my life
now.
too.
Exactly. That he's also
Hmm.
important and that you also want things to be better. Like you make the effort to like want to spend more time with him or try harder or do something that will make it easier for him to see that he also comes first, not just the kid.
No, yeah, I agree. And you know what? I had messaged I saw that somebody we knew responded and they said that they put their kids first. I've known her for a while, for a couple years. She was a single mom too, and now she had kids with somebody else. And I asked her why she chose kids before, but she made a good point, kind of like what you said in the beginning. You put your kids before like your spouse or partner up to a certain age. And then after that, then you can be like, okay, like my focus is you now. So I don't think that's wrong. I mean, I can't tell you like Angel's 16. He's in his room, kind of like Carmelo in his own little world, doing his own thing. So I'm like, okay, like I'm not gonna say when Ava's 16, but Ava goes to school. She'll be in her room playing with her dolls. Maybe when Joshy's like 5, I'll be like, okay, like I'm better now. Well, no, I'm gonna try to go to therapy to make it sooner. But you know what
Yes,
I mean?
please.
Like maybe up to a certain age, we can say kids come first. But no, the way you explained it, like Isaiah tries to make time. Like Isaiah will tell me, like, let's go here. And I'm like, nope, we don't have a sitter. Like, and I don't even think I try to find a sitter anymore. I'm just kind of like, nope, we don't have a sitter. We can't go. Like, he'll be like, let's have a drink. And I'm like, nope, because then I have to wake up with the kids in the morning and who's going to watch the kids? And nope. So my answer is probably always no.
But it's hard because you work from home. You have to do a lot of the things
Hmm.
at home. So it does make it difficult because sometimes I'm like over it and sometimes I'm like I'm just going to go to bed. But I think it also makes it easy that both George and I work from home because when he goes to lunch, like I go to lunch to like make an effort to like us sit together and like talk. Even though we both work from home, like it's not like we're in the same room and I'm watching him work the whole day, so we don't really have time to like
I would
spend
hope
time
not. That'd be
together.
weird. I'd be
Imagine
like,
I'm
y'all
just
are
like,
a
"Hi."
whole Y'all need therapy too in a different way.
No, I don't do that. Like, I get busy, he gets busy. He's on phone calls a lot. I have meetings. Like, we don't get time to like hang out when we're both working. So
Mhm.
we do make it a point to like go have lunch together or like go to the store really quick together, or like even go downstairs and like have a sandwich together. Like, we do make it a
Something.
point to do something because both of the kids are at school. So I think that once your kids are in school and like you guys have like a better routine and maybe Isaiah doesn't work so much. I don't know, something, you guys will like have little dates while the kids are at school and be able to like go and do stuff. Like, I think it's just the stage of your life that you're in again, and knowing
With
that Josh
Joshy
is
being a
still small.
toddler.
Exactly. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy to have babies.
No, it isn't. That's why I tied my tubes. I'm about to make Isaiah get snipped too, just for double protection. 'Cause I'm not trying to have another. Oh, no, no, no. I'm done. What's it called? No, it's true. I mean, you make a point. I think it is a stage, and I feel maybe other women can relate to how I feel because if you have a small baby in your mind, like their needs are just gonna come first, unfortunately. Like that, not unfortunately, but you all know what I mean. It's just hard. It was interesting to get everybody's perspectives in reference to who comes first. I feel a lot of people feel really strongly about their partners coming first, and I don't know. I was really surprised at how many chose kids still,
Mhm.
but a good amount did choose kids. So I know some of y'all feel like I.
I'm wondering if like some of the people who also chose kids, even if they're not a single mom, like I wonder if they just don't have a good relationship with their partner. Like, I'm
Or
wondering
maybe
if,
they grew up like with a mom like mine, like where they was like
yeah.
instilled, like they were like, nope, like Mija, like your kids, your kids, your kids, because I think that takes a big toll.
Mhm.
But that's
I think
true.
so
I
too.
wonder if any of them have been single
Maybe
moms.
they're single moms, or maybe they are not in a healthy relationship. I mean, I feel like it can be a different, like, I'm trying to
Scenario
think.
for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word I was looking for.
Mm. Or situation. It's because it's
Exactly.
true. You don't know, but I just think, I don't know. I'm like thinking about what they're gonna tell me in therapy. I've never gone to therapy, so I don't know. But I'm thinking like if she asks me like why, I'm gonna be like, well, what do you mean why? Like, how am I gonna put somebody over my kids? Like, it just doesn't make
Well, she's
sense.
probably
But my
not
mom
gonna
tells
jump.
me now, she's like, you're wrong. She's like, you're very wrong. Like, you need to. She's like, what you told me. She's like, you need to make time for like Isaiah and your relationship. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Like,
It's hard.
I mean, it's just hard. Like, I don't want y'all to think I don't pay attention to Isaiah. I do. Okay. He took me to the Luke Combs concert. We had time to ourselves. It's just, if you ask me like on an everyday basis, like, no, like I don't make time for him every day. But I do make it a point to like read Ava a book if she wants me to read her a book, or play with Joshi, or go outside and take them outside. Like, I do make time for my kids every day, like to do something that they want to do for the most part, even if I work from home. That's what I'm saying. To me, sitting in a backyard, watching them play outside, talking about life, I'm good with it. But he wants to do that minus the kids. And
Mhm.
I'm like, why? Like, it's fine.
Because I think he wants you guys to have like those deeper like conversations, and there's some things you can't say in front of the kids. You know
Oh
that.
no, dude. And not only that,
Sometimes
like in all honesty, Ava's always like, mom, mom, dad. And Josh
they
is
do
like, mom,
not
mom. Like,
let
we
you
don't even
have a
have a
conversation.
full
Exactly. So yeah, and maybe you once Ava starts school, you can like get Josh in a better routine where he falls asleep earlier when his molars are in, like being able
oh,
to
it's
like,
horrible.
I know, horrible, but maybe that'll get you back in like to a routine where after you put him to sleep, you and Isaiah will actually have time and like can sit and watch a TV show, or like even freaking play backgammon or something. I don't know, play a board game.
Question for you though. When you say, I know that it's a priority. I know that it's that we're trying to say to like make time, and I don't know if other people feel this way, but like what if like when the kids go to sleep, like me and Isaiah both want to gym. So I think that also takes away from us putting each other as a like first, because like
Mhm.
if Isaiah goes to the gym in the morning and Joshie falls asleep, then I'll go to the gym in the night, or vice versa. If I go to the gym in the morning and Isaiah falls asleep, I mean Joshie falls asleep, Isaiah will go to the gym in the night, and then by the time he gets home, I'm like, I'm asleep. So there goes our time. So I'm telling you, that's like I want to ask. So I'm gonna have a list of questions for the therapist. Like, how do I go about my day to day situation? It's true, like how you said. Even if I get Josh in a schedule, like you're telling me, and I'm thinking, like, wait, what if I want to go to the gym? Like that's
Mhm.
my me time. Like, what if he wants to go to the gym? What if I want to read a book and I don't want to talk to Isaiah? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's not enough time in the day. It
There
really isn't.
isn't, but I feel like if you want to make time, you will. Like
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
like even though I love my sleep, I've been trying really hard to not go to sleep early and just sleep less. I know I love my sleep, trust
What?
me. Yeah, but I give myself time because I also want to read. Like I want to take time to read my book, but I also want to take time to watch an episode at least with George once the kids are asleep. So I
Mm-hmm.
do make it a point to like at least read like a chapter or two and
Mm-hmm.
then watch an episode with George. So at least I get to do what I want to do and we get to spend time together. And even when I'm reading, I'm like right there in the bed while he's on TikTok or whatever he's doing. So it's like we're spending time
Learning some
together.
cooking
Yeah,
recipes.
honestly, probably. He made some bomb food the other day. But I think you just have to like make it a point. Like if Isaiah's like, "Oh, well, it's my turn to go to the gym at night." You should try to like hang out with him before he goes to the gym. Even like watch a 30-minute show, go watch The Bear, and then have him work
Do
out, you
something
read and
like
go to
that.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at least you're still having like those little 30 minutes of you two together instead of it being like, and I know you're tired. Trust me. I'm half of the time I'm exhausted. I'm like ready for bed. I want to just take off my makeup and go to sleep, but I still make an effort. Sometimes my eyes close a little bit when I'm watching the show, but I don't say that. I pretend it
But
was a
I'm
really good
there.
episode.
But I'm there.
I'm there.
No, that's
Exactly.
true. This is like therapy. I feel like this is what the therapist
You're
would tell
welcome.
me. Thank you.
It'll be
Um,
$55 a minute.
a minute. My therapist is cheaper than $55 a
Fine,
minute.
$55 an hour.
Do you not hear my problems? We're already at what, 30 some minutes here?
Perfect. I'll be rich. I'll quit my job.
No, but we want to, if you guys have any suggestions on anything that you and your partner do to help each other make time to make sure that they're a priority and not just the kids, please send me or send it to the and slide in the DMs and let us know, because I'm interested to know. And I mean, I know Erica seems like they have a good balance, but I'm sure you would like to hear other
Mhm.
people's, like, what they do. Maybe it'll give her ideas, her and George, because I just think that it's something we can all learn from or gain a different perspective on. Maybe it just comes down to the age, I think. Or
Mhm.
I don't
I
know.
think so
Do
too.
you do some people on here have older kids and they still come first? Like, we're over here saying that it cuts off at an age because I have a toddler and a 5-year-old, but do you guys have older kids like Angel, or like, 10, 12-year-olds that you're still saying that they come first? And if so, why? Like, is it something that was embedded in you, or not embedded? That doesn't even make sense. Is it
Hot.
something that was instilled in you when you were little? I should just stop trying to sound smart.
Just use a regular basic word. Were you guys taught that? Yes or no?
Instilled is, I think that's the right term, not
I don't
embedded, but I
even know
think
what that
instilled.
means. Let me Google it real quick.
Like instilled in you, like it was. I don't know how to use it in a sentence. It was instilled. It was instilled in you throughout your childhood. Is it
Instilled
right?
means gradually but firmly establish an idea in a
There you go.
person's
See,
mind. Wow. Okay.
see, I'm smart. I just lose my train of thought most of the time. But see, I did use it correctly. You're
You
all are
did. Good job.
welcome.
Good job.
You guys can use that word. Erica's gonna use the word instilled in our next episode.
I'll forget it by tomorrow. No pasa nada.
Oh, my heart. It hurts. I'm gonna have a heart attack or a stroke.
Stop. That's not funny, Marlene.
Dude. But no, yes, this was we did like the feedback that we got on this, and I would love to hear the different oh my God, the different perspectives y'all have on this topic, and why did you choose what you guys chose? And have a heart attack.
Yes. Thank you everyone for your feedback. Please remember to keep sharing our page, our podcast, like and subscribe, follow, all the good things, even rate us. Just give us 5 stars.
Yes, please. And if you don't want to give us 5 stars, let us know why.
Yeah.
I want feedback on that too.
Yes, please. Well, I hope everyone has a great day, a great weekend. Thank you all for listening.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you all next week or talk
Bye.
to you guys. Bye.